Severos is a land of many beasts that we revere. The cunning wolf, the hardy camel, the fearless bison, the obedient horse. But no greater beast is there than the vulture, who shall devour everything when the world falls to ruin and decay.
My father would often say that the spirit bends to the needs of the flesh, just as the flesh bends to the desires of the spirit. Yet both can be bent with the right words. That may be the only truth he ever told me.
I met some crows this morning. They did not like you. It's okay. They're only a murder in name. Morning bells are ringing. Ding, ding.
I've always been like one of those performers balancing multiple plates. One day, my mom would say, all of those plans, those traps I'd carefully prepared might end up catching me instead. Like a spider caught in his own webs. I suppose I should have listened to her. Maybe then I wouldn't be bleeding out on this wooden floor.
And hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark, the Revenants. We return to Doskvol for now, but today the group is going to venture out into the Deathlands, presumably, unless something gets completely derailed. But yeah, we return here after last time the crew well, kind of raided a police station, broke into an evidence room, and got a shipment from the police station that previously belonged, not legally, but in some ways, to the Foghounds, smugglers that the crew has a decent relationship with. In the process, there might have been a little shootout. Carrion might have killed a gang leader that immediately came back to life, and Taifsha has freed an old god, but
Allegedly.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes of all of that. But yeah, that is the situation. In return, the crew will earn a new upgrade. And yeah, we will see what they do with it as they will venture out and use this newly acquired upgrade to find a way into the Deathlands. But first, introductions. I'm Janis, he, him. I run games here. That's my intro. And we're going to popcorn it over to Glaiza.
Hey everyone, my name is Glaiza, he, they, she pronouns, in that order. I do a lot of things on the internet, especially in the TTRPG space. But today I will be playing Molto, the ghost, the spider, or dead man walking, but absolutely has no reason to be haunted at all, since he only makes right and good choices all the time, no problem. Passing it on to our Sly Prince.
Hi, I'm Prince. Prince Infidel, if you're nasty.
Wow.
I'm he, him. I will be playing in Elogi, also he, him. He's a sweet and nice guy, a friend to everybody, and has no religious trauma whatsoever. Zero. I will popcorn it over to our hound.
Hello, I'm Andre. Pronouns are he, him, or he, they. You can find me at Andre Vera Art on most social media and on my website, andrevera.art, where you can see my illustration portfolio and a bunch of games I've designed. And I'm going to be playing Carrion, who is the hound of this crew. And his pronouns are he, him. I'll pass it over to Shiv.
Hi, I'm Shiv, Dr. Bubbles PhD, literally everywhere. And I am one of the usual crew here at Find Out Productions, so you can also find me here running shows. We just concluded my missing month parallel play with our Glaiza here. The VOD should be going up later this weekend if you want to see how we said goodbye and get to watch me cry on stream. I will be playing Tybsha, the resident creature. I believe most people would call her a whisper, who does nothing wrong ever and makes very good choices and never worries about consequences ever in her life.
Last part's true.
Right.
Look, we won't know if we don't let it happen. Okay? The little scientist. She's running an experiment.
Yeah. You make your way back to your dilapidated tower that houses everything you own right now, including yourselves. Crumble Tower Court. Just as a quick question, you've been in here for a while now. You've made it the new home of your gang. How have you made it something like, well, maybe not a home, but an effective base? I'm gonna say that's probably a question for Multo or Carrion, whoever wants to go.
Do you want to go, Andre?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Question is, how have you turned your base, Crumble Tower Court, into, well, a more effective hideout, or possibly even something like a home?
I think for Carrion, for strategic purposes, he has scouted out the tower for the best lookout points for getting a good vantage on the street and other rooftops nearby. But as far as making it more homely, he has a little bit of a divination corner, where he has it kind of sectioned off by imported rugs and drapery, to kind of section it off from the rest of the tower. And you would know, everyone in the crew, if he is not like on active lookout duty and in the tower, he's probably in the divination corner.
Multo probably filled it with books. Like they're not important books. He keeps those somewhere else, but they're like all kinds of fiction books. Some might call trashy fiction books. Just all he loves reading. So he has this whole library of the trashiest fiction, guilty pleasures. And you can always find Multo just sitting down and reading all kinds of like, yeah, he filled it up with like, if a librarian would try to come into it and would somehow want to rob us of our library, they would go in, be impressed, and then a little annoyed, impressed at the collection and annoyed at the collection at the same time, because they're all trashy, what they would consider as trashy books, really. The Wattpad of the Wattpad of our world, basically. The AO3 of our world is all the shelves that is all the books that fills the shelves.
Well, now you come in here and you add quite a lot to not the collection of books, but the collection of items that are around here. I think Taisha comes in and just unloads a lot of just random bits of evidence that have no monetary value.
Yeah, no, not even a little bit. Just the smoking guns that could possibly
Yeah.
save some reputation for certain people.
We're gonna make a note of that, but for now it does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just destroy it, it will never do anything, but you have it for now.
Taisha isn't like, she's not a blackmailer, so she wouldn't be like, I have this thing and I could save your
Well-
reputation. But if someone else could do that,
Yeah.
she's just gonna
Well,
she's
she's
just gonna
looking
plop
for
it
it.
down. Yeah, she's gonna just
Yeah.
plop it down with all the tags on it and shit. And just,
Allergy is gonna go through and see if there's anything useful connecting to anyone we may have heard of or maybe not have heard
Okay, if you're directly looking for something, just make a fortune roll. Just give me a die. Failure will actually not do anything here, so it's just does something good happen.
it's more to see if something good happens. Or
Yeah.
nothing else.
Single die.
I think so, yeah. Oh no, make it 2 dice. I want you to be able to crit. Reroll that. Make it 2 dice because I want you to be able to crit, and also because Taisha really just took off with a lot of shit. So, well,
How did she
okay,
fit so many
that's- all right. Well, yeah, you recognize some of the people as dead. You also recognize some of the people as already in jail. So. There's actually one name that fills you with a bit of melancholy, as it is one of your old crew members that you know very well has been butchered by the Red Sashes in the assault that also wounded Multo months ago.
What's their name? Is that something we get to assign, or do you have
Sure,
it?
you
think
can.
it's already been assigned. The name of the leader, right?
What
Unless we
name?
just
Yeah,
somebody-
what's the name that you want to assign?
I don't know. That's the thing I gotta.
No, whose name, Shiv?
I will say it is
No, who are you naming?
the person who's died, because I
Okay,
actually
yeah,
was
sure, you
gonna
can
try to
name
put
them.
it back.
Yeah.
He was his real name was Samuel. He had like call sign that was more in line with what our previous kind of call signs were. Maybe it was I don't know, he's a big fella. So you know what? Taisha called him Tiny. He was just a huge guy, and she just called him
Okay.
Tiny. That was not what everyone else called him. But when Elogi like picks up that particular piece of evidence, she like goes a little like kind of, I mean, her eyes are already glassy, but they go a little bit glassier, like she's like losing focus, and just grabs that particular thing and just says, "That one's for me, thank you."
All right.
Yeah, nothing immediately besides that comes to your attention as well useful, but perhaps in the future. But of course, you didn't just bring back evidence. You did also return with just a lot of valuables. Valuables in this case, well, you raided the evidence room. There are weapons, there are drugs. There is a lot of stuff that you can just sell. Which brings us to payoff. I'm going to say you will have an opportunity to reduce all the heat you gained for this, which is quite a bit, to 0.
Okay.
Yeah, and also you will have a one-time opportunity to sell fenced goods for no heat increase.
Ooh.
However, yeah, that means essentially the Foghounds are going to do that for you. We'll get to that. What you get as payoff is first, on your crew sheet, And we're now going to switch scenes a little bit to. We're going to be in a bar with Howl again.
Are we
And
gonna be gay again?
yeah, yeah, probably.
My favorite thing to be.
This is why Glaiza woke up this morning.
And I was up at 4. I was ready.
I just woke up mumbling, gay, gay. No, so
Right.
on your actual
That's how I live my
sheet,
life, really.
you will now gain the update, the upgrade. Where do I actually find this on your crew sheet? Roll 20, help me. Oh yeah, underground maps and passkeys. As how very happily, after you have handed off in a more hidden location, the infused silver just leans back and like, your hound is most glad to see you, and yes, I think it's time to uphold our end of the bargain here. In this ledger, you will find not all. Some secrets have to be kept. But most of the routes that the Foghounds use to move around in the city, or specifically Six Towers, and I believe it will help you get out of the city as well. That's indeed still something you want to do.
Is Elogy the only one there, or
I think everybody that wants to be there can be there.
okay. Folks?
I think Taivsho will join you.
Molto Carrion?
Yeah, I want to see this in person.
I knew you were gonna say that. How did I know?
Yeah, if everybody's going, I'll go.
I think Elogy will take the ledger and just hand it over to Molto.
Now it's come to my ears that you had a run-in with a certain group of Skovlenders as well.
Nothing we couldn't handle.
Molto
Certainly.
leans and says, "Yeah, Elogy can handle anything. I mean, we all can, but Elogy specifically."
Yes, thank you, Molto.
Howl has a little twinkle in his eyes that says, "Oh, he could handle me," but he doesn't say it because we're not quite there yet. This is more for Glaiza. It's not something
Molto
that gets
looks,
said open
it's like,
yet.
"I got you. I know what you want. I'm trying to get it for you."
I'm certain you could. I have heard of the aftermath. Dead guard, dead Skovlander. Oh, well. All of you have returned safe and sound. But there's something that we could perhaps handle for you. See, we will get a tidy amount of money for the silver that you returned to us. But instead of cutting you in on that, maybe we take care of the blue coats for you. Make it so all the blame falls squarely on Ironborn and his people.
How? You are More savvy than I expected.
I am very willing to grease a few palms for this. The loyal hound still remembers the beating he received at the hands of this Ironborn, and you remember that last time you met him, he walked a bit unevenly. He had been in this fight with the Scovelanders before.
Mhm.
It would be my pleasure to do this for you. And on that note, you Roll20 is going to fuck this up, but you are going to be on friendly terms now with the Foghounds. So we're going to get rid of this. And yeah, okay, it's just a bit too small, but we're fine. You're at a +2 with the Foghounds now, which means that you can trade favors. And you are expected to trade favors. You will also see that a certain Ironborn has been added.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the above table part. In character again. Howl is just going to. Well, I would invite you all to a round of drinks as well. But perhaps there's more business to discuss first. I think you might have liberated some goods that the Foghounds could move for you.
Oh, so generous. Dive, do you have it?
Of course. And Taibsha just takes that sling of a bag that she always has and just turns it inside out onto the table.
No. He just closes that immediately. There is some level of blue coat attention that even I cannot get rid of for you.
Oh, sorry. I grabbed some things. There are things that I don't think you would want, or anyone would want but me. But there are things that I have been told are worth money, and you are offering a service that I do not know how to do. So I will take your service. She's trying so hard to be polite. Like it looks like it's causing her
Yeah.
physical pain. So in exchange for your service, what do you want from us?
Oh, for now, you just hand over the goods to us.
I tried. You
We will
stopped me.
discreetly
Right.
sell them on, and we will simply take our profit, and you will never hear of it again. That's all.
Taibsha is going to, within the bounds of the bag, stuff it into another bag that she has. It's basically the equivalent, the world equivalent of having had like a paper lunch. Stuff the small things into that bag and then roll the top and hand it over.
Howl just
without exiting the bag.
raises his eyebrow in an Elogi Ward's direction, but says nothing.
Mm,
These are things
Allergy,
that I have been told cost things, so this might make us money.
Multa looks at Taisha with a smile. You're doing really well.
I'm trying.
No, you're doing really well. You're succeeding.
Thank you.
I don't suppose we'll ever see some portion of this profit, Hal?
Oh, the profits? you will get an upfront payment from us. And then we will see how much we can sell it for. We might have to sit on some of these items for a while, but that is, after all, the business that the Foghounds are in. Now,
Is there perchance we could get preferred customer discounts and like a larger percentage? I'm happy to negotiate in terms like over a longer conversation. In a few days, actually, there's a restaurant I'm going to Styles.
see. Your loyal hound is not the most professional. I do, in fact, mix business and pleasure sometimes, but sometimes I do get almost overwhelmed by the attention. For now, for what you've brought, maybe, and he offers you 12 coins in gameplay terms. Just places discreetly under the table, just a little satchel in
Elgie
your
will take
palm.
that.
Yeah. But if you wish to cooperate further, there are many goods, including more exotic ones that you might find outside of the city that we would be most happy to move on for you.
You have people to buy for things outside of the city.
Oh, we do. Not always immediately when you receive them, but there are certain collectors in the city and outside. And, maybe in due time you shall meet them. But for now, I think I was about to invite you to a round of drinks once our business is concluded. And with that, we're going to move on to actual downtime activities. Before you move out into the Deathlands, you have gained 12 coins for your crew. You need to spend some of that, or it's just going to go into your coffers. And we're moving to downtime.
I do like me some downtime.
Yeah.
So how much? So we're not gaining heat from this past job.
You are not gaining heat from that. This is all going to be handed on towards the Ironborn gang.
Okay.
That is your payment. Otherwise, like, if you could have taken a cut, like you could have taken a little bit of coin, but that would have driven up your wanted level.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah. It's time to think about what you're going to do with your downtime. I will say, if you're moving into the Deathlands, and I think we're going to have a little montage of you preparing to go there, then you will need to acquire gas masks and air tanks, because the Deathlands, as you know, are...
I think
Yeah.
if nobody's if nobody objects, I think I'm okay with taking that part, like all of the prep, to make sure we have the things that we need, so that we're safe in the Deathlands.
I'm gonna say that's, yeah. You can just try and effectively rent the equipment.
Mm.
Then it's a
How much would it be? Also, how much would it be if we have a permanent one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you rent it, it's just going to cost you It's going to cost you 2 coins.
Mm.
It's going to be good for like 4 users.
I see.
If you acquire it permanently, that's going to be I'm gonna say if you have like Deathlands equipment permanently, that's going to be an 8-segment clock that you can also partially fill with money.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to take you like activities by more than a single group member. That's the kind of intent there.
Yeah. I think I could do. I could take. Do we see ourselves visiting the Deathlands regularly? I feel like we would be
Probably.
personally. So
I
I
mean,
think
right.
I wouldn't mind using up all my coins, or like not coins. My downtime moves on acquiring the things that we need for the Deathlands and make it a more permanent equipment that we have instead of renting it. If you think we're gonna be there, and I do think we're gonna be there regularly. So
Yeah.
I'll use up 2 of my downtime. 2? Is that 2? We have 2, right?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. I'll take 2 of that and put that in there. Rent indefinitely.
There's so many.
That's what
clocks
I
here.
did at Blockbuster all the time. My mom got very mad at that. My
So-
copy that I still have of Robin Hood still has the Be Kind Rewind sticker on.
I'm gonna
it.
put a Deathlands gear clock here.
How much may we fill up with coin?
I will say whenever you tick it, it's going to increase the clock by your action rating. And you can always spend a coin to increase it by 1.
Then I will spend all of my action ratings on that and a coin.
Okay. That's going to
So
take
that should be like 3, right?
That should be.
No, your action ratings. You need to tell me what actions you use and how that looks like. We're going to do that in character now, but yeah, you pick one of your actions, so like consort or whatever, and you just say
Oh, that's right.
how you use it. Yeah.
Got it. I know how to play. Don't worry about it. Let me look. I think I'm going to use my consort to get to use my connections
Yeah.
to basically like I'm gonna go look for somebody who sells it for researchers and for archaeology
Okay.
and all
Right,
that. And
yeah.
my professor, as I am a professor.
Multo in another life is a professor.
Yes, I currently still am a professor. I teach at the school, and I'd be like, I am planning to go to the Deathlands for an expedition, and would like to buy good, reliable equipment, and I would use my consort for that.
Yeah, you're talking to a very your consort rating is what?
2.
All right, then taking the clock 3 times because you're spending coin. You're talking to just a somewhat nervous academic fellow of yours. To go to the Deathlands. Usually, I mean, we of course sometimes fund expeditions there, but usually we want to keep that to. I mean, it's perhaps a bit unfortunate to have to do this, but usually we rely on the chain gangs of Ironhook Prison, of course. Are you sure you wish to go personally?
Well, here's the thing. I've hired a group of somewhat reliable people that would serve as my bodyguards during my time there. So it's not just by myself, but you know how it is with research. Sometimes we have to be the ones to, well, get our hands dirty, so to speak. You understand.
Of course, certain delicate artifacts couldn't be handled by common prisoners, but it sounds very risky. Of course, I can try and help you to gain these supplies. Just give me a little bit of time. These things
Yes.
do take time.
Of course, of course.
So next step
I would
could
really
be,
appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah. Your next step would then be to expedite that process. That could be again Multo or somebody else.
Also, do you want to use another action, or do you want someone else to step in?
I mean, I was thinking of using all of my actions for this, just so that everybody else can have a different action. But if somebody wants to do another action separately that is in regards to this, I'm okay with that. But if other people have plans with their actions, I'm okay with using it up one more time. That way, I think if I do all of my actions again and
Okay.
then a coin,
Yeah.
there's like 3 more, and then we need 1 more.
What we
right?
can do is, Shiv, what are you doing?
I was going to do continuation on working on my doll, because
Okay.
she's not having a good.
Then we're doing that.
The doll is having a great time. Taipsha's not having a great time. And then I
The
have
dog
a
is
little.
not having a great time. There's a feral spirit in there who is.
And then I was gonna do a little peek
No.
into Taipsha's little pull of Samuel's evidence. She was gonna try to commune with it and see if she could find his spirit.
First thing, doll.
Yeah. But
So
those are my 2.
Where do we see Taipsha with the doll?
Taipsha has kind of set up what most people would call a laboratory down in like the sub basement level, so nothing that she fucks around with gets out. It is currently an absolute wreck because the doll has been locked in here this entire time. And she is trying to reason with it as best she can. But part of the process would be like catching it and trying to maybe put more runes on it to like, her whole thing is she's trying to find a way to calm it. Try to get it to be at least neutral, if not only slightly antagonistic.
Yeah. What are you using for this?
I'm gonna say it would be. Let me see. I always forget the names of all of my shit. I actually would probably say it'd be study, because it'd be things that she was trained in and things that she studied when she was in her previous occupation.
What did you have in study?
2.
Okay, then that is going to go up by 2. And yeah. Does the doll have articulated fingers?
No, it's like, I mean, if she were to make a doll for herself, she would make it more articulated. Yeah. She's just this is just prototype. This is just I found a doll and I put a spirit in it. So no articulated fingers. It has just movement in the shoulders and hips, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you do see this doll just flailing around, making a lot of just noise. There is a nearly feral ghost in there. It doesn't react to you.
Yeah.
It has no interest in communicating.
Yeah, she's just trying to calm it. But yeah, like, I think somebody who's probably more in line with like security in the party helped her put a lot of locks on this door. So it's essentially locked in when she's not there and destroying everything.
You do notice sometimes that when the doll is a little calmer, the doll seems to, well, it's hard to describe it as music, but it just drums a little on random surfaces that are around here.
Okay.
And you do remember, of course, that this doll, well, the ghost inside it was a pianist.
Mm-hmm. She I'm trying to think what she could like. She yeah, that's exactly what happens. She's sitting there looking at it and like fingers twitching and just kind of and grabs like flasks and stuff and fills them with water and then like taps on the top of them so they make different note sounds, like, you know, do you want to make music?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, she's not trying to communicate with words, she's like trying to show like you have like
Yeah,
here's enrichment.
the doll,
like that's her whole thing is here's
enrichment for the ghost. Yeah. The doll entertains itself with that for a few minutes, really, becoming almost serene,
yeah,
and then strikes a very discordant note and smashes all the glasses in front of you.
But like you can see she's making mental note, and so like
Yeah,
probably not now because I'm not going to use a choir for this, but she's going to get this thing a piano at some point. Like not now. Well, those little like tink 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 like kid pianos. So yeah, so it's her. She's sitting like up on a on the table like watching, and then when it smashes, she's like it's you can see like mental note, and there's all like, you know, for lack of a better term, the math and all that in front of her eyes, and she's okay. Like it's the moment she goes, maybe this is viable, right? Because she's trying to fix it.
That's where this scene ends.
Mm-hmm.
And we're moving on to Carrion.
Carrion would like to work on the understanding Diogenes clock. I think we're going.
All right, which you probably fill. So, you succeed. We also haven't really done Vice yet because we're not doing that in the perfect order today. I think filling this clock could relate to that, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you currently have 6 or more stress?
No.
Okay, well, then then you're safe. So what rating do you use to understand Diogenes, and like how does that and you indulging in your vice look like then?
I'm going to be using a tune. And I think as in an attempt to understand where Diogenes fits in kind of the Severosi religion
okay.
of the like animistic spirits, is going to recount a very well-known myth from before the sun was gone, which was long ago in Severos. The animals used to hand off the role of who would carry the sun each day, and then at night they would bring it back, and then they would pass it off to another animal. And the camel would often refuse this particular kind of responsibility over and over and over again. And eventually the animals got so fed up with the camel not contributing any work ever that they burned the sun in the crevice of the 2 humps in the camel's back, and it was stuck with the responsibility of the sun. And then because of the corruption of the world, the kind of, if this were like a book, a fable, it would be like all in typeface, and then at the end, it would be like scrawled out in like permanent marker, and then the vulture ate the world. Like, because that's how like the only way that the myths have been able to survive is just we have to keep adapting it to what has happened. And so Carrion will recount this story to Diogenes.
I think Diogenes, through his very piercing eyes, just looks very patiently as the story gets told. And then this is a decision you can make. Now, does Diogenes ever speak to you directly or communicate more through gestures and actions?
We have mind link, so I think that he can speak telepathically with me.
Right. Then you will just hear in your mind that the work is not yet done. As the remnant of the sun, still flickering, hangs above you. And I think your attune rating is 1.
Yes.
Okay, then you're one step away from really understanding what this is about. Roll20 is not having this today. So we can imagine that this is at... So I'm just going to put something else here. Meanwhile, what is Elogi doing?
So since Molto is handling most of the gear, but I want to say like there's still some past the like basics, like just the mask and the tanks, like some of the other protective gear Elogi will handle. And actually since we're trying to establish, well, we're trying to get a blue coat in our pocket, and so I'd like to say that Elogi takes some time with that blue coat to see if he can get that guy to sneak some of the blue coat equipment to him.
Okay, right. So that would mean I think we can do both actions in one then. And you would do Deathlands gear and the blue coat contact. Which would be Sway, or what are you using?
Yes, Sway.
Okay, yeah. That, yeah.
I would also like to spend coin.
Right. We find you then. Well, I think you can also spend coin on the blue coat clock. I think that makes a lot of sense. So we could, you could spend.
I would like to spend coin on both then.
Yeah. You're taking this blue coat officer. Describe them. Out somewhere fancy.
Actually, last session, we heavily gaslit a particular blue coat.
Oh, is it Tasha?
We did heavily gaslight.
What was her name again?
Tasha.
Tasha. Right. Yes, that is a thing that we did.
Yeah, right.
Or
Since I know
did.
Tasha's manipulable. We know Tasha's manipulable.
For a second, I thought like, oh, okay, they're gonna just make it up to Tasha now, but no, it's
I mean,
completely wrong.
the Logi could still make it up.
Yeah.
It would just be for a purpose, an extra other purpose.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That is fine. Yeah, I'm going to advance this clock further. Yeah, you're just sitting somewhere. Where did you take Tasha?
So, I took. You know what? Let's say Tasha is like a regular patrol in the areas. Like they're in Six Towers, so I take her out of Six Towers for our meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I take her down to Silk Shore.
Okay, yeah.
Treat her to a time.
And Tasha just afterwards, oh, I think I think some of the things here might have been slightly illegal. I might have to arrest you at some point. But
oh, do you carry the cuffs on you all the time?
Just gets very flustered. No, that was just a joke. It was no. I mean, it was it was nice. It was nice, is what I wanted to say. Especially after, I mean, I mean, you might have heard of it. It was a pretty big thing. It was in the papers and everything that our police station got attacked, and
Yes.
I thought it was over for a second. And after that asshole just ran me out of the birthday party I helped organize too.
It sounds so terrible. Awful night for you.
Thank you. I mean, it's. I don't know. This job is. You can just really die any moment, and it's just when something like this happens, do you think that they let us just maybe have a little time off or something, or not just immediately go back out there? No, it's just always just go right back in there, no matter just if some gang just nearly wiped you out there.
Well,
the pay is shit too, honestly.
Well, that's why you have friends like me. I can occasionally treat you to places like this.
Yeah. It has really been nice.
If I heard it was Ironborn, is that true? I went after you?
That I didn't realize that was common knowledge.
That is true. That was just.
I mean, between us, though. Yes. I mean, the strangest thing is there was somebody else there who we never saw them, but somebody was taking shots and actually got Ironborn. But when we turned back around, Ironborn was just gone. And that was not like... I thought he was dead.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a ghost is in there now. Who knows? It's as long as he doesn't come back, really.
Well, I know some people in the streets. Maybe if I hear something, I could tell you, or if you hear something, maybe you could tell me, and I can help you keep an eye out.
Maybe, yeah. And we're going to move on to what Taifra and Elodie are not Elodie, Taifra and Molto are doing. Whoever wants to go.
I will, yeah, the second, I guess it would go under project, is trying to see if I can, I hate to say forcibly, but like intentionally summon someone, a spirit, through an object touched by that person. And that would be for Samuel.
I will say that that's not going to work.
Okay. Yeah.
Samuel got by the spirit wardens, but
that was kind of what she was trying to confirm. I have a little seeing if that doesn't work then, if that's okay.
Yeah, so. You can. I think we can move that on to like Taifra indulging in her vice, though. Because what we will see is this attempt to summon Samuel, but it's just not working. You just have the sad realization that some people don't come back.
Yeah, so I think she was more trying to confirm. Like, I would say she's probably done it before to, like, you know, when she was a spirit warden, like, okay, we didn't get this body, where's the spirit? So, like, she has at least a moderate understanding of that. So she was trying to do it to see if he was gone. And when, like, it's almost like, you know, she picks up the phone and it's just that, you know, number disconnected sound, essentially. And she just kind of rolls this little, you know, nothing burger of a trinket that's worth absolutely nothing. And it's just like, you know, kind of, for lack of a better term, she grieves. Like, she doesn't, she wanted to save her friends, and like this person in particular, maybe she was very close to, and just knowing that she was unconscious and couldn't stop that from happening, and she's gonna sit there and grieve. So that's Taisha's other downtime, is having a little peek into, she is still human. she had friends. So yeah, like, I know mechanically it doesn't do a whole lot for us, but I really
it does. I'm not sure what it should do.
It was just, yeah, it's more of a vice indulgence at that point.
Yeah,
it's her trying to.
You do have a downtime activity. We can just say that you classify that as you work. You do just some readings for people or something.
Yeah. So
if you don't want to have an actual activity, then
work works. Like, she's just
a coin.
Yeah. I think she does kind of like, that medium Miss Cleo kind of thing. Whether or not people believe her, she does do it.
And Elodie, not Elodie. What am I doing with Elodie? I just keep going back to Noi. Elodie has a second action, but we did do them both at once. Molto.
Where are we at on the clock?
You can fill it up without spending coin.
I'm just gonna go do another. I'm gonna find another connection here. Actually,
we're not going to role play this. It's just going to be you do it, and
not a role play. I just want to write a letter to my friend, my what's her name, the architect, and technically she doesn't know that I'm a bad guy. Technically, Arlene, my friend who is a master architect, she's who I reach out to ask for more of this stuff.
All right. So we see you.
Mechanically, her thing shouldn't apply.
Why did you tell me that? Now I just have to say no.
I don't want to reach out to her. We're still buddies. mechanically, I'm not
Maybe-
using her in that situation, in the bad guy situation.
Maybe you heard that she picked up some stuff from a building she was renovating. Architects don't do that.
No, we don't
Um,
have to connect this. We see Molto write this letter. I do want to get you to the Deathlands today, so we're just going to say the letter is sent.
I
and
did.
Then we see,
I sent it out to, and I signed it as Malik Isagani because that's who she knows me as. Not she hates Molto, not Malik. Malik and Arlene are best friends.
I mean, and then we see Molto disappear into the shadows. But I think your actual downtime project is going to be to fill up the Deathlands gear clock now.
Yes,
And
that should be
when we
all of it,
see-
right?
Yeah, when we see Molto reappear, what has Carrion done in the meantime?
I think Carrion would have circled back to the Dimmer sisters and seen if there were any other opportunities available.
Oh, always. What we can say is we see. I'm not sure if. No, what we see is Sister Honorata, the one that is sometimes seen outside of the house, which many of the Dimmer sisters are not. They stay in their very haunted house all the time, or at least to the best of everybody's knowledge, they do. But Sister Honorata just at some point appears before you, candle burning in her hand, wax dripping over her fingers. My dear child, you have a very special companion with you, have you not? We are experiencing some trouble with a spirit that vexes us and our attempts to pacify her. Could we perhaps borrow you and your friend here? She just looks with a bit of recognition at Diogenes to help us subdue this ghost.
I think we can make that work.
That is most appreciated. Tomorrow, I will guide you. Disappears, and next day, you find yourself directed to come to a very specific, just old, dilapidated building in Six Towers, one of the few not completely overcrowded areas in Doskvol. And there's no role as part of this, so you can just describe how you and Diogenes help the Dimmer sisters wrangle a ghost.
Yeah, I think part of the mind link abilities to be able to see through the eyes of Diogenes, and I think not only being able to assist with locating the spirit, but also to find more specific details through this laser focused vision of the vulture, to see other details that might have been missed before in the passing glances at this spirit of what maybe is causing this distress in their afterlife.
Mm-hmm. In the end, the Dimmer sisters just take your findings and bid you to leave. But after a little while, you see them leave the building, and one of them is carrying a little bottle, presumably with a spirit inside.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. And with that, downtime is done. You can all just roll a d6 to. Oh no, you just clear all your stress. It's diceless now. And we reconvene. You have Deathlands gear, which I think that's the last thing we see is Multo enters Crumble Tower Court. Gas masks, air tanks, and more with him.
And they're all very nicely like they're all very high quality stuff, and like a mom has labeled each one like in a bag, packed it up
Yeah.
nicely, and is like, this is for you, and this is for you, and this is for you. And even Diogenes has this like a little mask for Diogenes. It's like a little vulture mask that fits his it's all very cute.
Diogenes in Carrion's mind is, I have no need, but I can pretend.
I love that for myself.
And it's time for you to figure out what to do exactly to get into the Deathlands. You have the upgrade for, the underground maps and passkeys, so you will just appear right in front of the tower that will take you out there, but there's still blue coats guarding it. And you will have to either sneak out, assault the blue coats guarding the lightning tower. That is going to be difficult, but possible. Or talk your way out. There are people that leave the city to go out there. The Silver Nails. There are also convicts that get sent out there to recover things. Quite a few options. So which one would you prefer?
We already have a decent standing with the Silver Nails. I'm not opposed to pulling on that cord.
Saying like we're with the Silver Nails and use that to get out?
Or just go with, like, just talk to the Silver Nails and just go out with them.
Yeah, that would be possible. Shiv, you said something, but you were muted. You are
still
muted again, or still muted. I don't know what it is.
I muted in like 3 different things. I muted my microphone and I muted the. Yep, nope, that's me. That's just put an airlock there so I don't interrupt anyone. I said we should use the Silver Nails because I think that's a good cover and would raise the least suspicion. I have a mechanics question. If we were to catch heat in our final moments in Doskvol and then go to the Deathlands,
That's
is
impossible.
there any? Okay.
Unless you do something extremely strange that happens after the score.
Yeah,
When
I
it
was
gets tallied up.
was curious, like if we did do an assault, like if
Oh,
the
yeah.
heat would die down while we were gone, or if that doesn't have a degradation.
The heat gets tallied up afterwards.
Okay. So then I would go in as like cover as opposed to direct assault.
All right. So you can use the Silver Nails. I think the Silver Nails will talk to you after you return, but for now there's brother, How do they call Carrion? Because probably not Carrion.
Yeah.
So, what is Carrion's name to them?
I think he would just be known by his actual name, which is Platon Plomo.
Then they would just look at you. Brother Plomo, you wish to ride with us again?
I need to head out to the Deathlands. I need a little bit of cover. If it means doing a favor, I'm open to doing that.
Perhaps in the future. For
Very
now,
well.
this is easily accomplished. Do make sure that the actions of your accomplices do not reflect poorly on us. We still serve the Empire, even if you do not.
See. Good riding out there.
Good flying. And I think that means this is a social roll. Doesn't really make much of a difference. You can now make your engagement roll, and I think it's time for Andre to roll that today. And give yourself an extra die on it. So you're going to roll 2 dice. One is just baseline, and the second is essentially you are in a favorable position because you have the assistance of people that are actually sometimes authorized to go out there.
Gotcha. Is that just a fortune roll?
You can go to your crew sheet, and there's an engagement roll button there. You can also just do a fortune roll. It's essentially the same, yeah.
Okay. Engagement. 2 dice. What is it? 4 and a 5.
All
Okay.
right. Mm-hmm. And with that, as you move out into the Deathlands, you join up with the Silver Nails. And after a little while, part ways with them. You are on your own in the Lost District. Gas masks at the ready. Constantly here, you have to avoid that an ashen storm could just hit you out of nowhere, or that a cloud of miasma could swallow you. But for now, it's almost peaceful here, or at least just very still as you are out in what was once part of Doskvol, but now lies outside of the protective lightning barriers. You're in the part that was once called the Chains, or the Colonnade, rather, actually. Be where you come out. You're on your own, and as you look around, suddenly you realize that you can't fully trust your senses here. For a moment, just in the street corner, you see a young couple talk to each other, laughing together, and then they just disappear. And Taifshi, you are almost overwhelmed here because you are so attuned to the spirits, and even though they're common in Doskvol, here they are just everywhere around you.
Like it's almost like that moment when you take off like the ear protection. Like it's kind of dull. You can sense it in Doskvol, but when you take off the ear protection, you hear it kind of at full volume. It is. She is. As soon as we break out of kind of that barrier, she kind of does like little twitchies as she's trying to adjust to essentially the new volume level. Just
And as you adjust to it, you all of a sudden just start making out in just a constant just din in the background, a very specific voice. Just, hello? You, help me. Help me. I need to go with my family. I need to leave here.
she does get distracted and try to follow it. Like
Yeah. Yes, I will only need you for a few minutes. And everybody else, you notice that Taifsha is just wandering off. And Taifsha, you know ghosts well enough that when a ghost says something like that, you are in danger of being possessed.
I will place a hand on Taifsha because I know that they can see ghosts. I place a hand on her and I go, stay with us.
Someone needs help.
We can help them later.
I've been waiting for so long. It's been over a generation. It has been probably more like a lifetime since the Lost District has been lost.
They can wait. They can wait longer still.
They've waited long enough.
Yes. But we will come back. We have a plan. Right?
You tell me, I never know.
You just trust me. Okay? Got you.
You see a moment of doubt cross Taifsha's
and
face
that is when you hear the voice again. Please, I need just a moment of your time. Just please. You can try and get out of this. Try to pacify the ghost. With a roll.
Yeah, I think she's
If somebody has
to...
ghost voice, I don't think anybody has though, but I'm not sure. Then they could also help, but no, it's just Taifsha then for now. This is a risky roll.
Be attune?
No, the ghost has attuned. It's okay. This is going to have to be something else.
Could I sway?
Yeah,
then?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, sway. And she's like hands over her ears, like, give me time, I will come back.
Yeah, this is going to have no effect unless you upgrade it, which means if you promise something in return, then I will allow it to have an effect. But
we know how much I love my promises. So, yeah, I will go ahead and is that a devil's bargain?
Yeah, it's basically you get a roll that has an effect, and in return, you are in. This ghost expects to get to possess you on the way out.
But a vessel. So yeah, I'll do a sway. You said it's risky.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also technically trade position for effect, so you can make it desperate without making a promise and get an extra effect. I mean,
I'm gonna go by Faye rules. She never says I promise. She just says I'll come back, and she's just like obviously very stressed.
Okay, but that means
I
it's
will.
desperate then. So if you're not making, yeah, it's a desperate roll then.
Mhm.
Don't
And
fail, I guess.
We'll see. Oh, we know this has gone so well for me in the past. Effect is standard, just
It
across
is
board.
upgraded to it has an effect. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it has an effect. There's no clock, so we
Okay.
don't need to trace
Okay.
it.
No bonus dice. I can't see it.
Okay.
Oh, hey, look. On the brink of tears.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Promise. You promise. Yes, you will come back. You will. But what if I follow you? I know my way around here. I will be with you. I will tell you where to go. I will tell you, and then you can't leave. Not that you would, but you.
I'm on your side. I want to help. I just have to do something first. Just stay quiet.
No, come here. And suddenly you see a ghostly door open to your right. And inside just stands a very young man, maybe like 16 or 17. Come here. This is the way.
Does anyone else see the
what
door?
way. Yeah, you see the door open. Everybody sees the door open, but doesn't see the ghost.
She just goes ding ding dong.
I hold tighter.
Taisha, we're leaving.
This is the way.
No, we're going that way.
The way is not always straight. Sometimes it takes turns. So maybe
Well,
this is
our
the
turn is that direction.
rerouting.
Please.
Taisha.
Okay.
As Carrion speaks, suddenly the ghost seems to almost shrink at the sight of Diogenes. No, please. And Taisha is going to, as a result of this, definitely feel a little stressed out. We're going to see how stressed out when you give me a resolve roll.
Oh boy. No bonus dice, I assume.
No, but you just take a single point of stress. So
Carrion used dad voice on me. I'm stressed.
Yeah. The ghost, I'm gonna
Well,
say
the nice words weren't working, so we gotta go ask Dad.
It's not even that
Mom
I'm leaving
wasn't
the ghost behind.
working. The brother wasn't working. Dad has to do it.
The ghost just shrinks away again at the sight of Diogenes. Not necessarily Carrion, but you.
I think in like if cinematically speaking, when Carrion speaks and the ghost shrinks, Taisha is an exact like mirror of that exact same like motion. Like because we're attuned, like me and the ghost, so it's almost like we kind of mirror each other in that moment, but for different reasons. And she just, with Multo grabbing on one side, she grabs onto Carrion and keeps walking.
And with that, the ghostly door closes. You just hear an almost defeated, please come back.
And silently doesn't say anything, doesn't have any sort of reaction, but like if anyone looks at her, it's just tears in her face.
And with that, we are going to go on break. When we return, you will get to build your own Deathlands, because there isn't really
like a Lego, choose your own adventure. Build
your own Deathlands.
We're going to look at the map, and everybody will say what you remember as being there, and then you can decide what you want to rob. But
Sweet.
first, we're going to go on break for 10 minutes. So see you all in 10. We return to the Lost District. And what we'll do now is, as the Revenants, after nearly getting Taisha possessed by a ghost, until again, until Carrion and Diogenes stepped in.
Exactly.
You look around. In the distance, there is already some kind of dust twister ravaging the Deathlands, but here it's again mostly quiet for now. Unnerving, because sometimes you hear sounds that sound like just people going about their daily lives, but you're not sure where they're coming from. But it seems like you're mostly safe here.
So my question, at least from Taisha's point of view, like, Doskvol that is within the bounds of the barrier, like, is it by all accounts like a normal city with like people milling about and stuff like that? And like, does it have kind of the normal? So
it is
her,
overcrowded,
like,
but it's imagine basically Victorian London in terms of overcrowdedness. But yeah.
Okay, just trying to figure out if like, but once we get to the Lost District, is it feel more kind of like like where we were able to spread out and it's kind of a bit more like a din as opposed to like kind of an overstimulating like city environment? Like the difference between moving about like I guess like a smaller city versus like New York City kind of thing.
Oh, I mean, it is still the same city. It is just nothing lives anymore. There are very narrow alleyways, tall buildings.
Just
like
by
everything
means
has
of,
at
like,
least
sound.
6 stories, probably, because just even before the Lost District was lost, Doskvol was overcrowded, and everything had to be built taller and taller up just to fit all the people in. But there are also old buildings here. You know that in a little distance there is the old bath, for example, where the more affluent people of Doskvol would once go. Now it's all been lost. You also know, since you talked about moving about, you can't stay in one place for long. The Deathlands, and this is part of them, are full of ghosts. And you all are like a shining beacon to them. If you stay too long in one place, they will find you. And then all of you get possessed, or worse. But as you look around, this is where we get to build your own Deathlands. In order, everyone can ping something on the map and say, like, there's a place here that your character remembers that is definitely worth looting. And you can tell me how they know or remember that place. I mean, you haven't been there unless you've been out in the Deathlands before, but you heard about it, read about it, something else. So I'm going to start with, I'm just going to start with Prince because we've been on the map during the break, so.
So, off of uh, Dunval Boulevard, there is then a series of buildings, and then at the center is the pulpit. That was effectively the religious quarter mm, in the Lost District. Mm, mm, in the pulpit, it underground.
Okay.
There are a series of chambers. There's full of religious items that were never taken because they just did not have the time.
What items? Is it like an underground reliquary or is it just artifacts?
There are there are some holy artifacts like sacred to the Church of Ecstasy. Mm, uh, mm, there's some non-holy but still extravagant gold and
Okay.
silver items, some uh, bones,
That's what I
lace
wanted
and
to ask.
gold.
Is there a reliquary? Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Is it like
Uh,
under St. Peter's Basilica? It's just
both.
all that kind of
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
yeah.
bones, catacombs.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's some the most metal looking statues you've ever seen, like skeletons rising up, hands in the air. Some made of marble, some laced with precious metals or gems. Like, sh- mm, if no one's taken it, yeah, that stuff's gonna be worth a ton.
Yeah. All
I
right.
love catacombs. Anyways, I'm not going to
So, what does Taiksha remember or know of?
Taibsha. Uh,
Why? Oh yeah.
actually,
By the way, no, I forgot. How does Elogi know of this? I know that, but the viewers may not.
Uh, so we get a flashback of Elogy, but noticeably younger. Uh, mm, and he's sitting mm, uh, with his father, who is talking about mm, uh, all the treasures lost when mm, the district fell. Mm, and young Elijah says, "Why don't we just go back? I mean, we can go back." His father shakes his head. It's like, "Don't be stupid, child. Mm, 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 you know how terrible the spirits can be. That's why they will be destroyed one by one, and then we can go back.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Be smarter." Uh,
Yeah.
Flashback ends.
Mhm. And yeah, now we can get to. Now we no longer need to contain Shiv's excitement about catacombs and everything. So, what does
I
Taisha
just,
know?
I'm actually not going to do catacombs because
Okay.
that's low hanging fruit for Siobhan, and we don't need my 15-minute lecture on what makes catacombs and not a mausoleum and yada 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 and the legal things about that. But anyways, I actually want to tap into Taisha previous to her time in the Spirit Wardens.
Hmm.
Because she doesn't remember much from that. But her family, as much as she can remember it, spoke of the Fae, the fair folk. And in the Lost District, there is a whole area dedicated to, or named after, Fae, which predate even the spirits and all of that. Fair folk have been around for a long time. And so there is White East Lane, and on the back of that there is Fay Haven Alley, near Cold Iron Street.
Yeah.
And
Where else would it be, really?
yeah, so Taibsha's family, before she lost them, spoke of the fair folk and how to interact with them, which is a lot of how she interacts with spirits, because she's just applying those rules. In the Fay Haven Alley area, there is a unknown store that Taibsha's family spoke of, where if you needed protective sigils, if you needed protective spells, cold iron, those things to keep yourself safe, and all of that, and things to use in exchange for these deals that you could fall into if you wander into the wrong parts of the world. And so it is a like, it's essentially like a protective metaphysical store, essentially. So it is something that, where if you need protective charms, protective things, anything that can
What is it
bust
called?
out, it is going to be called it is let's think, it is the Fair Folk Fineries.
All right. Fair Folk Fineries.
Mm-hmm. The things that are there, by just what they are not technically expensive to make, but they are worth their weight in gold because of how protective the items are. So,
and what does Moltor remember to be here?
There's a little well, I wouldn't call it a little store. There's a big store right in front of the I don't know what big building that is in the far top right,
Can you
where
ping?
it says Gremlin Alley,
Oh, Graham. Yeah, okay.
because I really like that.
Yeah.
I saw Gremlin Alley and I was like, yeah, that's mine. So right at the very top, it's actually, it used to be like this really big apothecary, and it used to contain so many different medicines, poisons, all of that. And though a lot of those have it's been gone for a while, um, Molto knows that underneath, or like somewhere in that building, are ingredient recipes, very very interesting recipes for different kinds of poisons or medicines and antidotes, things that you could ingest that could do many different things. And it's called the apothecary because they believe in clear and true labels, just like people who have
Right.
who work in poisons. They have to know what it is. So the apothecary is a pretty clear, uh, label for that place. I would have called
Yep.
it the pharmacy, but I'm in the apothecary diaries stage in my life right now, so it's called the apothecary.
The apothecary.
Yes.
I did label it Gremlin Alley Apothecary just so it's more like readable that it's actually in Gremlin Alley, but it is the apothecary.
Perfect.
And what place does Carrion know of? Or perhaps what place does Diogenes whisper to Carrion about? I'm not sure how that's gonna go.
Yeah. So I think Diogenes has whispered of a location in the colonnade off of Cardinal Road, um, of an old paleontological museum. Um, and it has lots of specimens on there that are both taxidermied and fossilized. Um, it's just a very classic natural history museum. So there's also gemstones, and those are probably worth the most these days. But Diogenes is looking for more bones.
Absolutely. I'm Hey, that's a skull icon. That's wonderful. Yeah, we're just gonna use that. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm going to just label it the Natural History Museum. And as you quickly
Most evil natural
Wow.
history museum symbol.
yeah.
Look, as somebody who works in death care, I resent how little we use skull and bone iconography to advertise ourselves, because we really should just put what it is on the tin. So if it's a museum of bones, there should be bones in your advertising.
I was hoping that there would be an actual just bone icon for me to choose, but Roll20 gave
Skull
me
is a
this one. I
bone.
was like,
Technically, it's
fine.
like 12
It's
bones.
a
but,
few.
you know,
Yeah.
depending on your
Anyway,
state.
you are just a little off. You are probably close to Cardinal Road. You're just closer to the city. You're about just here at the entry of the Deathlands. And you know you've got to move. You've got to go to your target. What is your target? Where do we go today? What
Bones.
have you decided as a gang before going here where you want to go? Like we
Yeah,
see
I'm-
you a little back in Crumble Tower Court looking at the map and just like, there we go.
I
Can we
think,
do a flashback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's us discussing where we want to go, really.
Us, each of us pointing to a different part of the map, like
Yeah.
this place, this place.
Like
Well-
in the present time, we see you just weave around the narrow alleyways of the lost districts, whispers of ghosts all around you. But a few days ago, you were just sitting there in Crumble Tower Court discussing what location to hit first.
If we are looking for somewhere to test the efficacy of these sorts of scouting missions, we should go somewhere close. We should go to the museum. And then there's a high potential for large gems, other treasures that have been left behind. It is entirely possible we could find something good there.
It would not be a bad idea as a first expedition, as it is quite near.
The church, though, the underground sections, unlikely to have been touched. Mostly only people within the church know about it. And that which means we have a built-in buyer base.
As much as I think us moving quickly and swiftly towards bones sounds best, the shop that I know, it's protective items. Not only could we utilize it for ourselves, but we could sell it to people who want to do what we're doing. But I think Carrion is right. We should just little test. Go in and see if we can survive, even moving a couple of blocks. Also bones and taxidermy. Do you think taxidermy could hold a spirit?
I think anything can hold a spirit.
Great.
That's a good question.
So I'm going to need you to encourage them less.
I'll do this with or without
See,
encouragement.
everything you can do.
When you
I
have-
can do too.
When you have a child, the best thing you could do is direct them and encourage them. Stopping them, blocking them is just not going to work. And you know, Elogi, that Moto has no experience with children. But just encourage them and you lead them where they want to go, and then you redirect. That's how parents should be.
I think the term they try to use is gentle parenting, but it does come off mostly as passive parenting. But
Only if you don't do it correctly.
I'm going to ask you to return to a pretty much Victorian era now.
All right.
Um,
Bones, texture.
The museum does seem like a logical choice.
Actually,
For a
this
first time visit, I think.
lore question about like gemstones, crystals, and stuff like that. Is that something that's utilized in like spirit magic as well? Like, I know some lore will take like you can use crystals as like attuning things, essentially.
some crystals probably for some physical properties. Yeah.
Okay.
The spirits, I mean, there's a reason why it's called electroplasm. It's more like it's more steampunk. So there's a lot more just copper wiring and everything like that involved than crystal magic. Yeah.
Great. Taisha's that person that comes into your house and steals your copper pipes. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, okay. Just making
yeah,
sure because
you're
I'm like that
moving
would also
through-
be
Yeah.
a vested
Just
interest of
just
hers.
remind me, Janis, above table, where are we coming from?
You are coming from more or less the south
Mhm.
of the colonnade
see.
and making your way to Cardinal Road to the Natural History Museum. On your way there, you again hear ghostly sounds all around you, and then you see coming from Cistern Street, all of a sudden you see just a carriage with, it looks like bodies piled on top of it. And this is again a ghostly vision. And yeah, you remember the Nos district was first given up because of a great plague.
That was going to be my question. Is there like like echoes of plague here, and like just kind of as the carriage approaches, like you see Taisha like tighten the gas mask. And yeah, does anyone else see the carriage of corpses besides her?
I think it appears in front of all of you, yeah. Not immediately, you didn't see it coming, but then it materializes for just a second, flickers out again. And then you see that the two people driving the carriage, again, ghostly, have kind of taken an interest in you and possibly want to get you on the carriage now, because all of a sudden you hear this whisper saying, more bodies. Gotta get it done. They step off and approach you.
Bring out your dead. And she just like starts grabbing at like whoever's closest and just like goes to run. Of course, she's like smaller than everyone. So it's just more she tries to pull and it's just she stops but no one else moves. But like this is Taisha being like, we have to go. Don't want to get on the cart. So
No danger of that, of getting on the dead body cart, and would love to run away as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We are right.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna ask for a roll for this because you just run towards the Natural History Museum. But mechanically, the more time you spend in here, the more you draw ghosts to yourselves. So
Makes sense.
I'm going to tick this clock once. And you make it to the Natural History Museum. I
also would like to hand out some Spirit Bane, the opposite of our Spirit Bane, like the normal, the stuff that I made.
Only you have that.
Huh?
Only you have that for now. We said
I
that
thought we
you
made
need
for
to...
everyone.
No, that's the second clock.
Yeah, I think you were able to make one for yourself, but
yeah,
it was gonna.
First clock was you make it for yourself and have a prototype. The second is everybody
it.
gets it. Yeah.
I tell everybody that I have this thing that I can throw if we
Yeah.
need to distract them. It's like candy. It's the opposite of the spirit bane. But I tell everybody that then.
You make it to the Natural History Museum, which looks still relatively impressive. Let's say it's a bigger building here with very decorative arches and so on. A lot of very light marble, and yeah, it could almost still look like something that you would like to visit if it wasn't for just the dust and ash that has coated everything here by now. You see, again, echoes of ghosts. A few people walking out of the museum, elderly, in some form of conversation, and then they just disappear. But the museum is right there. Getting in isn't going to be very difficult. But Andre, how do you find the things in there that are actually worth taking?
I would like to see if there is a map of the museum of like just like, is there one that's just like on display on a wall that we could just dust off and see what the different exhibits are or something?
As most museums do.
Yeah, but this would be like 70 years old. I have
maybe I was gonna say maybe not an exact map, but like a register of like what the wings would be. Like say like
you know how those maps who are completely like unreliable because of the sizes are different. It's just by vibes. That's what we have, I guess.
Yeah, you would go in. I mean, there are no pamphlets that are left unusable, but there is kind of just an outline in the walls. Also, just in bronze, you see the floor plan. You see the paleontology wing. You see the I'm just going to say it's the, I guess, mineralogical wing would be it. Where you get geology, maybe.
The rock, the pretty rocks.
The rocks, the rocks, where you find the gems.
The pretty rock place.
Yeah. The place where you find the obviously valuable stuff, unless it's been looted before. And yeah, then what else would there be? There's probably also a wing for just pre-fall nature.
I was about to say like more
old
like
exhibits of the what the people of Doskvol understand nature to have looked like before the sun went out and ghosts were everywhere. So you can see things like normal dogs and cats there that have long since mostly disappeared. Especially the like, well, dogs and cats probably not so much, but like wilder versions of like a lynx or a wolf, because those have changed into something much stranger since.
And like with like natural history museums like that, they'll have like stuff from other continents. So would it have like things like pre-fall, like
sure,
zebras, lions, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there is. I don't think the Empire necessarily treats them as colonies, but there is essentially the Empire wing where it is just different.
If it's Victorian England, that means we could have or a Victorian kind of thing. We could have an overstuffed walrus because they didn't understand they were wrinkly. That's That's a Natural History Museum did when they were taxidermy. Anyways, there's my death fun fact for the day.
Or stretched out hyena because they assumed hyenas were bigger than they actually were.
Yeah, no, it's because they were very effective predators. So anyways,
You're in here. You see the different wings. Again, you know you can't stay in one place for too long. Something, of course, may call you to the bones, but if you look for something valuable, it's probably going to be. I mean, you can possibly sell some of the taxidermy if that's still around. It's been here for 70 years, probably going to be damaged.
Yeah.
Artifacts
like-
from around the empire, possibly, or stones. And
I say
Yeah.
go for stones first, just to check. It's obvious, so it may have already been looted, but
You never know.
yeah.
also what could have been originally looted might not. They may have skipped over stuff that they thought was not valuable, but in the time since. So
yeah, there are also, of course, areas that are off limits to you, which would be in the basement if you want to go in the museum basement and try and loot that, which is a bit more difficult, but is going to be a bit more lucrative, perhaps.
The
Or
art
As you
test
orient
run.
yourself, it's again just this. You're in this entrance hall. It once could have held quite a few people. Like definitely, if it was packed tight, would probably have fit 150 people in here. And you do see, of course, the stairways going to the different wings. But also, there are doors leading to other places if you were to open them.
Do we want to go down?
Good stuff is often stored in places hard to reach.
We can try.
I say we go.
Okay. They keep the good stuff in the basement.
They always do.
As you approach the door, it is a heavy door with an old rusted lock. It is not going to just open, which is good for you because that means it hasn't actually been looted. Bad for you is that you hear just a cough from someone. Just no, I'm still fine. The museum has to open. We have several groups coming into today. I'm fine, really. And if you look around, just with every cough for just a second, the ghostly side of what might have once been the curator of the museum just appears. And yeah, you are now going to have to deal with the lock. That's going to be this clock here.
How swiftly could I deal with that lock with my ghost key?
Oh. You can, if you just go with a completely different solution, you can try and find a ghostly doorway that takes you where you want to go. And
But this is a
just
physical.
open that instead and just ignore the door entirely. But this is a very physical door.
Okay. Taisha will hold up her ghost key and say, if we can't unlock it, I can unlock something.
I mean, if it's just a physical lock,
It is old and rusty, and you're a very fresh gang, so it's going to be a very limited effect that you have on this lock. So you are going to only take the clock once with a success, but
Would it be something I could utilize? I have burglary gear or tinkering tools.
Yeah,
I was just gonna
what you
offer to
need,
bust
yeah.
it down if
Or you bust it out. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think just busting it down is the best.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to preserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
let's go ahead and roll to wreck.
All right. That is going to have a bigger effect, but will also alert the ghost that is here right now.
No, I was gonna ask if hunt would be better, but hunt would be too
No,
convoluted.
you don't hunt here. Like, that's this is gonna be wreck. You're definitely right. It's wreck.
No bonus dice.
Well, okay. That is going to tick the clock twice. How do you wreck this? And it's a very heavy but still wooden door.
I think we use the elephant gun for this one. Just let's use it at close range. Why not?
Yeah, the lock that I
yeah.
was thinking you might pick. The lock is no more. You haven't quite gotten it open, but the mechanism is just in pieces, so you can just probably just with a bit more pushing and everything just get it to open now. Unfortunately, just as the rifle is fired, you just hear a violent cough erupt, and then all of a sudden the ghost fully materializes before you. What are you doing here? As a robbery.
I'm taking what's mine.
No, it's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. You're sick. We are your.
Yes, we are robbers. As Taisha tries to calm this guy down, we are robbing your place.
Sir, you're sick. You're having a very high fever. You are hallucinating. Can you come?
I think that's too late now. You. A museum? A place of knowledge? I'll not stand by while this happens. And you now have the museum curator to deal with, which is a ghost.
Yay.
We were gonna deal with a ghost one way or the other anyway.
I'd rather this than a ghost T-Rex or something.
Yeah.
Day's not over.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Taisha's mad. You just were like, we're robbers. So maybe she'll just put the curator in the T-Rex to teach you all a
would
lesson.
come and desecrate a place of learning? Have you no respect? And the curator just launches himself at, I guess, I'm going to say Elogi. Because I want to
Nothing.
I must
I do.
stray
What
catcher
a go.
today.
Yeah, we are robbers. Like you
trying to-
pretty boy. I'm gonna lock myself at you, pretty boy. Yeah,
We've
that
had
sounds right.
sessions where, honestly, I'm just doing it because Elogi hasn't rolled enough dice yet. So
Thanks. I appreciate it.
I'm trying to give you XP because you're in a desperate position. And he's going to call for guards. Like, guards, help me wrangle this ruffian. And you are seeing just ghostly fingers reach out to you and try to hold on to you. And what do you do?
I say, wait, I'm not with them. I'll help you get the guards.
Our team synergy is
I'm
so
not
good.
sure how we're gonna do that. So
Sway. I guess.
it is
So
sway.
funny to me.
Logi, did you make sure in your items you put a bus to throw us under?
Yeah, I think that's under heavy items.
That's gonna be a very limited effect, unless you take a devil's bargain, of course. In which case, I will say, yeah, sure, you can help him, and you will succeed, and you will find the guards who are also ghosts.
You know what? Yes, I will take that bargain.
All right.
Oh.
Desperate,
Uh-huh.
but with standard effect now.
Yeah.
I believe in you, even though you didn't believe in us.
You know what? We deserve it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Success.
it's
kind of
a mixed success, which is, yeah, I mean, I think the mixed success kind of takes care of itself here. He just grabs onto you, and you feel just the ghostly fingers just pass through you. You're going to take level 1 harm. You can't resist this. You can also just take the harm, but
yeah, I think I'll just take the harm rather than resisting it.
in this case, because level 1 harm, we're using the deep cuts expansion, whatever. It's going to go away, but yeah, you will take level 1 harm, and we're just going to call it Ghost Touch, as just the cold hand of this ghost pass through. What are you waiting for? Come with me. Come with me. Guards!
I guess I'm going with him.
Yeah, you are led away to the side as this ghost is kind of trying to run. He was an elderly, sick man.
Multo looks at Carrion and go, shall we? Raid the room. I'm sure Logi can distract the situation over there.
Okay, so what are you doing? Which clock are you taking care of? Because you have the lock and you have the curator. Or you can just do something entirely different, I guess, but...
I would take the lock to kick it more, to push it more, just to open it so that I could go see what's inside.
I mean, if you just kick it, that is not going to have a big effect.
Then I will shoot it some more.
Yeah,
with my gun.
I think you might also have like a pry bar or something around, but
yeah, that's in burglary gear.
Yeah,
I do have a burglary gear, so I will use that instead of the gun, I guess, and I will.
Yeah. And that's going to give you a regular effect then. So you might just force the door open with this. This is probably going to be wreck again.
I don't have wreck, but...
Well, then you're rolling 0 dice. Unless, of course...
Could
yeah, you can assist.
I was gonna say, could I assist, or can I do the pry bar with finesse?
No, you can't use finesse for this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you can assist, yeah.
I will assist at least then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it would be...
That's an extra die then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What would the position be?
Oh, you're always in desperate right now.
Sweet. Lovely. Effect is standard?
Yep.
Cool. And 1 bonus die. Seems all right. I don't see that it's a bad thing.
No, with the combined strength of you and Taisha, You force the door open. Your primer looks a little bent afterwards, but it's still good for use. It's just, it has taken some time. The lock, or what's left of it, it has mostly been blasted apart, creaks, and then the parts of it just fall out. And you're in there, but the door just continues and continues to open, just almost as of its own volition. It's like you are invited.
It's rude to ignore an invitation.
Who's going in?
Carrion is going in.
Typsha will be right behind them.
I also will be going in. I will give one look to see if Aloji is fine, like peek, and then go back. He's fine, and then just goes back in.
Yeah, you see the three of you disappear, and Aloji, you still have a ghost to deal with.
Okay.
Suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by 4 ghosts, 3 of them in a guard's uniform.
4?
Oh yeah, 4.
Okay. I would like to do a flashback.
Yeah.
One day ago, Elegy is dressed slightly differently than he usually is. He has like a heavier coat with a higher collar, or he's wearing this like white brim hat, and he is in an alleyway in the shadow of a large cathedral. And coming up to him is a woman dressed in the, like effectively a nun, dressed in the garments of the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh.
I was almost gonna ask if it's like a church member or a dimmer sister, but it is a legitimate church member.
Yeah. And she runs up to him and says, "Do you have it?" And like almost breathlessly, she's like, "Yes, yes." And she hands over a small box, and says, "You can't keep asking for these things. And someone's going to find out." He says, "It's fine. It's fine. I trust you to cover your tracks," he says, gently touching her cheek.
Okay. So what did you get exactly? And
I would like to have a sensor filled with spirit repelling incense.
Okay, sure. You have that. That is going to cost you a stress.
That's fine.
For the flashback. Like you had the opportunity, but it wasn't easy to acquire. Could also pay in coin, but
I'll take the stress.
Yeah.
I think it was a stressful time for Elogie anyway.
Yeah.
So back in the present.
In the present, the curator says, "Guards, you must help me and this fine young gentleman here with the robbers in the atrium. Vagabonds."
So pull out the sensor and my arc lighter, light the incense.
One of the guys like, "Calm down, my good sir." And then suddenly the incense just starts being, and there's a marked shift in the ghosts. suddenly they are pulled out of their routine and their faces become just distorted grimaces as they become more aware that they are in fact dead and you are not. And they are coming for you. So you still need to roll, but you have just the regular effect to, well, not banish, but fight off the ghosts as you make your way back.
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. So I'm going. Yeah, I guess I'm going to incense fight these ghosts. As you do.
Yeah.
Uh, mm, I'm gonna use Rook's Gambit to use Consort for this because I assume it would be
Okay.
something other than Consort.
Definitely yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you actually do
Actually,
this
you
then?
sway and specifically, uh, Elogi is saying, "Mm, mm, mm, you don't want, you don't want me, you don't want them, you want, mm, you want freedom. Go, leave." As he swings the incense back and forth at them like a
Yeah.
flail almost.
Yeah. All right. Then roll for it again. This has standard effect now because you have the instance. So
Yeah,
let's.
I'm guessing desperate.
Oh yeah, always. I mean, there are still 4 ghosts. We definitely almost immediately see one of the guards just get almost struck by a cloud of the incense and just dissipate. But there are more and more. You pretty much succeed, except one of them takes your talk of freedom to heart and then just as you are almost done looks, there is no freedom, there is nothing. It's just the endless repetition of living, existing here. There's no freedom, but there is a way out, and flies towards you. You are getting possessed, unless you would like to resist that.
Yeah, I'd
Okay,
like.
good. Yeah, I thought so. I was just, I have to offer.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be resolved.
Alright,
All right. Well, you take no stress. How do you just, without any problem, dispatch this last ghost?
this one flies towards me, and at the last second, Elogi manages to strike it directly with the sensor.
Meanwhile, oh no, let's not say meanwhile. Elogi, you probably return to the atrium then.
Mhm.
You look around, and nobody is here. The door is closed, and it looks as if it's in perfect condition again.
Where the, what?
Meanwhile, on the other side, as you entered, the door slammed shut behind you. You turn around. It is dark here, but I mean, you have some form of light probably. And the door looks like you first found it.
Huh. Do you think the door is a ghost too?
You're
You are
muted.
muted in 1 or 2 or 3 ways again, I think.
Do you see Typesha make a face when it's this is a door a ghost? She's like, I don't. And she does like look at it. Like, is the lock back in place?
You can study it.
If that is the case, I will go ahead and roll.
Or you can use finesse for this one.
I am going to study because I'm better at that. So
Okay.
And we're desperate in every roll now.
For this one, no, this is just risky.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Oop.
I mean, you succeed without any issues anyway.
Like, yeah, she's trying to see if basically like what we did had no effect except for the moment we did it.
You touch the lock, maybe, or do you touch the lock?
Yeah.
I just said it because I feel like time should just.
Usually, when a GM goes, "Do you touch it?" I take a moment and go, "Do I though?"
But you succeeded on the roll. It's just more.
So she does. That's the first thing she does when it's like,
Yeah.
"Is the door a ghost?" She reaches out and touches it without.
You do feel like a lock. The metal is there. Everything seems to be as it should be. The wood and everything, it's a bit uneven, like it has been repaired. And as you touch the lock, you get jolted a little bit. There's a little zap of electricity.
Door's weird. Door's weird. Oh,
I'll say it repairs itself.
I mean, like, well, okay, sometimes doorknobs do shock you if you have the right socks on and you're on rugs, but this was not that kind of shock. This is bad. We are going to have to get out of here probably another way. But move forward for now.
I am going to how much time has passed? Because I'm going to see if I can hear Logi on the other side.
Oh, yeah. At this point, Elogi might be back.
Okay.
So if Elogi is just there and knocking or calling out to you, you would hear.
Yeah. At this point, I would be calling out, Malta,
Logi,
Ariel.
Logi. We're on the other side. Does he can
Do I hear him?
us, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's through a door, but yes.
Yeah. We're on the other side. The door apparently can heal itself.
If there's
everybody but Elogi hears another door screech open somewhere in the catacomb. Well, not catacombs, but you know, the cellar of the museum.
There's another door.
You could try to break this in and come inside, but we're probably not going to be able to come out this way.
I try to use what's left of the incense to on the door, see if that has any effects.
The
Ghostly
door
door.
seems to be actually
Exercise.
physically repaired.
While they're having the conversation through the door, Typesha goes down the stairs.
All right. What do you have as light? Or do you have anything at all?
Would it be theoretically possible to just kind of have the dimmest bit of like glow from an electroplasm vial? Like literally holding it up, kind of almost like a headlamp.
Yeah. I would say, yeah. I mean, you have better light sources, so why not?
I would like to say, well, historically, there was such a thing as a belt lantern that was like popular in the 1800s. So,
Yes, she just doesn't want to put a beacon down into something she doesn't know yet. That's why she's doing a light glow of something that could possibly be associated with a ghost instead of, here's some fire, hi, I'm here. So she's just trying to scout. So
All right.
really just essentially what she's using it for is to make sure the stairs are there and she's not going to miss a missed stair and go down and then try to take a look around.
Yeah. Deep Cuts also introduced actually I just remembered like a version of this called the Glimmer.
Yeah.
It's like an especially small like clip-on lantern
Okay.
powered by electroplasm.
Yeah, then that would
Yeah.
be, I guess then I will mark off that I have a lantern, but it would be like that. It would, she
Yeah,
doesn't,
okay.
she doesn't use very bright light sources because she's also very sensitive.
Right, that's all I. You have a light source though. You're just not.
Yeah.
You're not stumbling in the dark.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you see. I mean, this is not very ornate or anything. You just see the walls right next to you. It's just a stairway going down, but below you can already make out just the shapes of just a lot of boxes. It looks like there's something that has been stored there at least, and yeah, you don't know exactly what yet, but you see the shelves and boxes awaiting you very dimly. This is what you don't feel, but how does it feel for Taisha when there's a ghost nearby?
It, like, you know, your usual like temperature drop, just that like sixth sense of a presence. But specifically for her physically, if there is a ghost nearby, it is goosebumps. It is like that feeling kind of like ringing in your ears. Like she has it like a little bit more fine-tuned than somebody getting passed by a ghost that doesn't know. She like has it like trained. She's trained to be able to sense that.
You feel something like that. You don't feel the temperature drop. You do feel the just tingling. You do feel that your hair just stands on edge. You feel almost like there's electricity flowing through you. You hear just a hum again, almost electrical.
This
is not a ghost,
museum,
but this is something.
Yeah, this museum predates kind of the use of electroplasm, doesn't it? Because it's before the sun.
The
went
building
out.
for sure, yeah. I mean, it was still in use when you had electroplasm, but
okay,
the building itself, yes.
So she does kind of follow that sense of sensation because it's something, but it's not what she's typically attuned to. And like kind of announces herself with like a soft hello.
Multo and Carrion, what are you doing?
I'm having a conversation with the Logi by the door.
Okay.
I'm revealing all of like that we heard another door open, that we might not be able to leave, but you can come in. And if you are gonna come in, do you want us to wait for you, or do you want to try and find the other door?
So Elogier by this point has already tried to like open the door normally. I'm assuming it's locked.
It is locked again. Yeah, you could probably actually open it again, but you are not sure if that's going to be a permanent solution, if it just always repairs itself or is repaired.
I mean, an unlocked door is much.
I will say, you do see around you, as always, the outlines of doors that once were there in the past and just ghostly passages. Very rare here because this is an old building, but they are still here. and
Mm.
all of you as a crew have this ghost echoes ability. That means you do see them, so you can just find another way in.
Yeah, I'm no whisper though. I don't know if I want to risk that. Like, uh,
While you think about that, what was Carrion doing?
Carrion, I think at this point will go downstairs to follow Taifsha. I would like to pull out an actual like full well I'm gonna do something very similar. I'm gonna pull out some of the like ectoplasmic like bullets that I have. Or actually, I'll use my the specific ectoplasmic revolver that I have. I'm going to be kind of leading with it, and I want to take a better look at what this downstairs area actually is. Is this like an archive? Is this just like a staff area?
I mean, right now you're approaching a corridor, but one that has been used for storage to some extent. That's what it looks like to you. There are more just doors, but there are also just a few boxes and shelves lining the walls between the doors. However, oh yeah, okay, go
on. Could I roll to perhaps survey and try and find more specific trails to go down, or would that be more study?
Yeah, you can do that. That is, that's something that's about to happen. But that's for you as a player. Like you will have this one opportunity to find something. Yeah. Meanwhile, upstairs, Shiv, you can decide if Taifsha helps or not. Moto and Elogi, what kind of plans have you hatched to hopefully get either the three of you out or Elogi in?
So this door. Oh,
I was just gonna say this feels. It's true tabletop canon that at some point we are defeated by a door. I just want to put that out there. Congratulations, that was our canon event.
I mean, like I said, you can just open it again, but then
I think Moto
is something repairs it.
I think Moto is more of just come in with us, then we'll find the other door that we heard open earlier and just.
Yeah. So, can I take out some tools and just try to take off this like lock?
Sure, you can do that, and I mean it's just going to take a little bit of time. And Multo, if you're on the other side, you can help.
Yeah, I'll be helping for sure.
Yeah. Actively.
I do hear the rest. I do hear the rest, like sort of like walking, or is it just Carrion that walked away?
Carrion and Taifsha have left. I mean, Taifsha had gone before Carrion, but yeah, you know that you're alone now here.
Cool, that's fine. We should hurry. Taisha and Carrion have already started walking and exploring downstairs.
I'm going to tick the ghost attention clock, and you can tell me which skills you use to try and get rid of the lock.
I would like to use Rook's Gambit again.
Yeah.
To use Consort as Volto talks me through how to disassemble a lock.
Okay.
Does Volto actually how we disassemble this with a gun?
I'm gonna say we may have to. Doesn't Volto have finesse or wreck or anything? like
I have
that.
prowl in prowess.
thinker?
That's all I have. I have study and survey, and I would like to use a flashback.
Okay.
n-
Yeah.
I would like to use a flashback here.
Yeah.
Now that I've had enough time to look at this door, because before we were all excited, we shot at it.
Yeah.
Now that I've had enough time, I'm able to look at it. And this is a door that I'm familiar with. This is a door that was built with the knowledge of my family back on the island. And
Okay.
somehow I'm
I'm-
remembering. Listen, only like because Dagger, what is it? It's not Dagger Heart. It's Dagger Island. The Dagger
Yeah.
Isles is known for a lot of like interesting inventions. That's why they're one of the places that doesn't need that lightning thing, and then they can survive. They're known for different kinds of inventions, and I'm flashing back to why this door is healing itself because I don't know if you already have a plan for it, but
I
I'm
do.
suggesting that the Dagger Isle knows a little bit about it, and I would like to study to use the knowledge that I remember, just a little bit to help unlock this door faster.
Above table, I'm going to push you a little bit to actually flashing back to something that isn't 20 years ago and something that's actually like plans for the job. So this is going to
Fine.
cost you 2 stress. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say no, but it's going to be 2
All right.
stress because it's very just
I will take the 2 stress.
coincidental. Yeah.
Yes.
You understand this lock. That's all I'll say. You understand how the lock was made. You don't understand really how it just could repair itself. Like self-repairing locks are not a common thing.
For sure.
I guess
I think it's more of. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe he just like researched what the likely types of locks would be in the older buildings we're going to in the Lost District.
It's definite. I don't think it's definitely like I know exactly how it works. It's more of like the theories of how it exists and what, where you can find it and stuff like that. More of like a research back in the library.
So you can roll study for that now.
Yeah.
And then if you succeed, we can try and have you walk Elogi through opening it, which would then be the consort roll.
Awesome. Why is my... Okay, it's fine.
I'm going to offer you a devil's bargain, by the way. You will...
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The devil's bargain is... I mean, you will understand the lock. And if you said that it's your family that for some convoluted reason was just involved in this, whatever repaired the lock or whatever caused it to be repaired will also recognize you.
Yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
All right. Let's go.
I'll accept that bargain. All right. So why won't you come up? Okay. I'm going to roll it. And then, so position is desperate.
Yeah. Extra die for devil's bargain.
Effect is
standard for this one.
And then extra die 2. And then that's it, right? So 2 and then...
You get 1 extra die from the devil's bargain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't see how anybody could assist you. Okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I'm going to sit on the consequence for that for a second.
Sure. Take your time.
Yeah. Elogi, you hear on the other side of the door just like, well, actually, my family.
Well, actually,
Little known door facts.
Yes, Tonto. And okay, so what's the next part
Did
I
I tell you
do?
about my mom?
This
I
is where
just
you
sort of like
consort with
starts.
Molto. Yeah, this is where you consort with Molto to put this knowledge into action so you can, in fact, pick the lock. Still desperate. Molto, I guess, in some way can assist on this.
Yes.
Makes
so
sense.
I would love
It's just an extra point of stress for Molto, so I'm not sure if you want that, but it's possible.
I can assist 2 times per score without paying the stress.
Okay.
Ah,
Well, see.
foresight.
So I get an extra die off that,
Yeah.
I believe. Yes.
I have no Devil's Bargain for. Okay, well, fuck it. Just do it. Okay. I'm not even gonna label the clock. You both had successes here, and you open the lock again, and again the door just swings open a little bit too far, as if it's inviting you in. Meanwhile, downstairs, suddenly there is almost like lightning strikes just flash ahead of you.
Are they really fucking bright?
Oh, it's
Or like actual
just
lightning?
for a quick second, it's very bright. And then you see something that at first just looks like a cloud of electroplasm. But then things begin to almost assemble themselves. Things just come off the shelves. There is, I'm just going to say it's just bones, because, I mean, you want bones.
I want bones.
Yeah. It's not quite clear to you what all these bones come from. There's definitely like the rib cage of, it could be a human, it could also just be a big ape or something. There's a tail that looks like it came from a lizard. There's a horse's head that attaches itself on top of the rib cage. There's just this weird chimera that assembles itself, held together by pure electroplasm, and it begins to walk towards you.
I'm a big fan of this remix that you're making here. It's very good. We don't mean any harm.
This doesn't exist. If this was pre-recorded, that would get edited out.
I'm appreciating your artistic liberty in this moment. I really like that. We don't mean any harm. We're just gonna check out a few things. We like just ignore us. We're just not here.
The door upstairs slams shut behind Elogy, but
I'm going to shove spirits each of these.
You don't hear the lock. It just seems like you've been almost invited in, and now you're here. But the strange bone chimera downstairs begins to advance towards Taifsha. And this is how we're going to end the session.
Oh, God.
It's time. We're over time already.
That's fair.
And yeah, that is that. We'll return to this next session as you have encountered your first horror.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yay.
But yeah, that is the Revenants for today. And we'll see what you get out of the museum and what you make of the bones next time. So, let's do outros. Mine is very short. I'm Janis, he, him. I'm one of 5 people now running Find Out Productions. I GM this game. I'm also currently GMing, but that hasn't aired yet, Red Markets. That's going to start airing on Thursday, the 23rd, at some time. I don't actually remember, but it's going to be here, and you can find everything about that on Blue Sky. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to popcorn it over to Andre.
Hello, my name is Andre. My pronouns are he, they, and you can find me at Andre Vera or at Andre Vera Art on most social media and at my website, andrevera.art, and you can see all my art stuff and games. I'm gonna popcorn over to Shiv.
I'm currently arguing with a cat who's trying to destroy my couch, but I'm Shiv. I can be found at Dr. Bubbles PhD, literally everywhere. I'm also one of the 5 crew members of Find Out Productions. You can find me here running my show Parallel Play, where I feature solo TTRPGs that are played in tandem with the person who wrote them, like Glaiza. Can you stop destroying my couch, please? Thank you. And, I will have my next parallel play announced in the next couple of days, where I will be playing with my buddy Leon, and we're going to be knights, and it'll probably be romantic and tragic, and there's always shipping. I'm sorry, I wrote romance novels when I do this. And I'm going to pop over to Prince.
Hey, I'm Prince Infidel. If you're desperate, and I can be he, him. I can be found as Prince Infidel in a bunch of different places. I don't know why you're looking for me. You're kind of weird. Um, and I play here, maybe other games. Who knows? I'm popcorning over to Glaiza.
Hey everyone, my name is Glaiza, he, they, she pronouns in the order of what makes me go E in my brain. And I do a lot of things on the internet, especially in the TTRPG space. I run games, make games, and play in games. I'm also the official Notion guy of Find Out Productions, and you're here. All of this information you can find by going to connect.classicalglaiza.com, or if you want to see my newly minted website, it's classicaladventures 4.1. Remember, if you find a classical Glaiza, guess what? You found me. If you find a different Glaiza, I recommend really proceed with caution. That is not a safe Glaiza. No.
All right. And with that, I'm going to end this with just first shouting out our artist, Amian or the Rose Cleric, once again. Has a GoFundMe up right now. So if you have the means, you can go and support that. I will put the link in chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link is also there. And with that, yeah, we're going to end this. So thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next week for Bone Horror. Goodbye.